All right, we've got a couple of mics set up. There's one microphone there and one over there. If you've got questions, please make a line behind and we'll get through as many as we can before the weigh-in start. How you doing? You both traveled to get here, right, from Vegas?
Yep.
And where you traveled from, Ben?
I came in from Chicago.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're both
I expected you guys to be
jet-lagged.
rowdier.
But
You guys
we're
are
good.
way too tame. Go, sorry.
No.
All right. Should we get this started? Diesel jeans, pink and blue. What do you got for us, my friend?
Talking to the mic.
Sorry. This question for you, Ben. How do you feel in relation to the rematch with Robbie Lawler?
I don't think I want to do it. I want to fight Darren Till. He's right back there. I'm gonna give him yeah. I love it.
And how do you feel that matchup will go for you?
That one's gonna go really well.
Well, here, I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Next question.
Thank you, Dan. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we've got you, mate. We've got you.
Sorry, I'm just...
That's good.
I feel nervous right now.
Please don't. We're just no normal people. Don't worry.
Ben, I've got a question I'm going to ask you is, after that controversial win against Robbie Lawler... wait.
He has still the mic from you.
Do you still have a potential opponent, well, for exception,
Yeah,
of Darren
I'm
Darren
fighting
Till?
Darren Till. I just saw him backstage, and or George Masvidal, whoever wins last night. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
Darren, I was saying the exception of Darren Till. Do you see anyone else but Darren Till?
No, I think he's gonna win. What do you think?
No, I'm saying, do you see any other
Would you like to fight anyone other than Darren Till?
Yeah.
No, that's probably who I want to fight.
He's come for the winner of the main event. Come on, I think we've all realized that. Like, he wouldn't have made the trip over if he didn't want the winner of the main event. He's here to cause problems, to make some noise. That's what Funky Ben Askren does. We know that.
Hey!
Hey,
That's it, lad!
that's
Gorilla's
that
in the
guy.
house. Gorilla's in the
That's
house.
who I came for. Darren Till. Darren Till. Darren Till.
Next question, please, my friend. You're going to have to shout.
Thank you.
Hey, wait, before you start. Bro, you guys see his new teeth? They look nice. I needed to go wherever he went to get some new shiny ones.
All right, question for both fighters. I want to know, who do I put my money on tomorrow night in the main event?
Go on, Jojo. You take that one first.
I'm going to say Darren Till.
Agreed.
2 votes for Darren
Are you
Till.
guys booing or cheer? I can't. What is that sound that you're making? No, I know you're booing me, but you weren't booing her. What did you say to her?
Next question, please, my friend.
So Ben, obviously you submitted Robbie last time. I think it was very lucky, and I think if you got back in the
Good
ring
thing
with him,
we don't value your
I think
opinion.
if you got back in the ring with him, he would knock you out. So why won't the rematch happen?
Why? Because I said so.
Because you're scared to fight him.
Not true. I fought him the first time without any...
Okay, and you got lucky with a submission.
That's
he
your
had you on
opinion.
the ground.
He had me. You're right. I give up. Will you guys get someone on the damn mic to ask a real question?
I see a Nathaniel Wood t-shirt. What's your question, my friend?
First off, shout out to Nathaniel Wood, who's going to get the win tomorrow. Also, Ben, of course, let's say Darren Till gets a rematch with Tyron Woodley when he wins tomorrow. Would you be interested in fighting Santiago Ponzinibbio?
You know what? I've never watched him fight, but sure, why not? If Darren Till is too scared to get in the ring with me, I guess I'll have to find a new opponent. Until we come to that point, that's who I would like to fight. I can't even understand what you're saying. Get to the mic, old man.
We'll just leave it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
This one's for Ben Askren. How does it feel to be Dillian Dennis's dad?
Well, I'm glad you at least acknowledge that Dylan Dennis sucks, and that's probably all the press we should give him.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hi, Ben. So saying that you do get Till next, perhaps you win or perhaps you fight someone else, how many fights or wins do you think it would take for you to get a title shot? you think your relationship with Dana will mean that you'll have to go through more people than perhaps someone else in your position would?
I just don't want to fight that old guy with the beard back there. He's kind of scary.
I think you'd probably have him.
I think when I beat up Darren Till, they're going to have no other choice but to throw me in there against Marty.
Right. And Dan, just got a question for you as well. Firstly, congratulations on the new gym opening, Hardy Wallhead MMA.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see some future UFC champions coming out of there.
Absolutely.
Myself, probably like a few others here, wasn't able to get tickets tomorrow night, even with the pre-sale and the general tickets. I'm just wondering what more the UFC can do for the fans. You know, when I realized I didn't get tickets, I logged on to these other sites. They're being sold for 3 times the value of what they are to the fans. Just wondering what more, and I know you're not to blame, but what more can the UFC do for us?
That's a good question. It is something the UFC need to sort out. I don't know, to be honest. My first thought is that we set up some kind of situation where you have a membership, so you have an allocated ticket or 2 that come to your name, so someone can't jump in the way and get those tickets that doesn't have a following. They're not following the UFC. They're not fans. They're tickets out. We do need to fix this. I'm sure the UFC are aware of that as well. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's the nature of the industry, and because there's so many other things to take care of, that's not been at the top of the priority. But I'm sure the UFC is sorting that out. The fans, first and foremost, the foundation of this sport. We all know that up here. The fighters backstage weighing in, we all know that. We'll try and figure something out, my friend. We need to get the real fans in the arena and keep these tickets out. I absolutely agree with you. Thank
you very much. And if anyone's got a ticket, let me know, yeah? I'm just sat over here. Cheers.
Next question, my friend.
Yo, that guy was sick, by the way. I respect his professionalism with his questioning. I'm coming for you, Ben. I want to know, bro.
So are you not going to be professional right now?
Tepidly. The court speaks for me, you know what I'm saying? Nah, real talk. Is you and Dana's beef, is it deep? Because, I don't know, man. Like, he's brought you here. Yeah. The first thing he said after Robbie Lawler's fight is that the best that you've got, basically? And I know you said it in jest and you're sort of playing the heel role within that part, but do you feel that he's going to, if you earn your right, you're going to get your way to it? Because it seems like... It seems like what you said about Tyron is Tyron's got a long way to go, even though he had like 4 defenses of his title. So do you feel like if you get this fight against Till, obviously Till's going to smoke you, but when you have to go back again, when you come back again, do you feel it's going to be a long road? Do you think Dana's going to fuck you over? Do you think Dana's going to fuck you over? That's my question.
That's a good question. That was quite a professional question until you dropped the F-bomb. Then that took the professionalism out of it. All good.
I'm from Yorkshire, brother. We F all day, mush.
Man, that's so... Listen, here's what it comes down to. It comes down to the fan push. And you guys are dipshits and you're booing me. But... Here we go. Come on. You know, the numbers don't lie. And the reason they were forced to trade for me was because everyone wanted to see me. And that's what it comes down to. And now after UFC 235, the numbers have been insane. So once I beat up Darren Till, the numbers are going to go through the roof even in England. And they're going to have no other choice than to put me in there and let me beat up Marty.
So when do you think you're ready to fight again?
As soon as they want. I'm ready. Next week, 2 weeks. I think, you know what I think? I bet Darren's never been to Chicago. It's quite a nice city, and I'd like to invite him to Chicago on June 8th.
Props on the watermelon squashing as well, by the way, bro.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
I've got a question for Ben, but before I do that, I've got to say, Joanne, you look beautiful tonight, and your voice is like an angel. Oh, love it.
Thank you so much.
I'm in love with your voice. It's incredible. So I've got to say that. Ben, I've been following your career from the beginning. I'm a huge fan. You've won titles in every organization you've been in, won championship, Bellator. Woodley, your best friend, is not going to be he's not the champion right now. Definitively, you deserve to be the UFC champion. Do you want to go for the belt? Yes or no? You want the UFC belt, right? You want to collect it?
Yes, absolutely.
You're going for the UFC belt, yeah?
Yes.
Here we go. And the new.
All right.
And the new.
Nice.
Next question, please.
Hello, I've got a question for Joanne.
Hey, we got one sensible fan in the house who's cheering for me. The rest of you guys, you're insane.
1 second, my friend. Fire away, please.
I got a question for Joanne. Your fight was confirmed just a few days ago against Kuchegian. I was just wondering, what's your game plan for a fight?
So I know she likes to use her footwork and run away a lot, so I'm just going to go in and take the fight to her, and hopefully she brings it to me, but I can see her running and just me going for it and hopefully get the knockout.
Right, nice. Ben, your hair is shit, I can't lie.
Thank you.
Dan, I got a question. Maybe you can answer for me. What is it about we'll go all of the United Kingdom, that loves the insult curly-headed F so much? Why do they like that insult?
It's to the point, right? It's just to the point. There's no fat on that
But
insult.
I like my curly hair, so I
That's
don't
all
take
right.
offense to it.
And you own it, and that's
Okay.
fine, you know? If you can fight, you can have whatever haircut you like. I was proof
Sure.
of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? There we
Yeah.
go.
Ben,
Next
I'm
question.
pretty sure it's from Step Brothers.
Hello, Ben. Hello from Bulgaria.
Hello, I love Bulgaria.
Yeah, look here. Yeah.
there
Hello
we go.
from Bulgaria. You have a lot of fans, and your last fight was amazing, man. That
Thank
slam and how you survived it, that was absolutely amazing. But what the fans want to see is you against Khabib, man.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man.
I'm thinking maybe
Let's do it.
October. I'll plan that one for October after Darren gets a good dose.
That's gonna be the best fight ever.
I agree.
Cheers, mate. And
Thank you.
as I said, representing Eastern Europe. Woo!
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Would you be interested in doing a UFC London in the future? And if so, who would you be interested in fighting?
Me?
Yeah.
Listen, here, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break down the walls. The first conversation I had with a guy named Hunter Campbell, who's very, very high up in the UFC. He calls me, he said, you've been traded to the UFC. And I said, okay, cool. And I said, well, you know who I'd like to fight? I'd really like to fight Darren Till. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, you know what? I know you guys got that card in London in March. I'll come to that. I can come to him. He doesn't have to come to me. And they said, how about Robbie Lawler? I said, okay, fine. Sign me up for that. So I am open to coming back to London, whatever you guys want.
And we'd love to have you, Ben. We'd love to have you,
Oh.
in spite of the booing. Next question.
Yo, Ben. Hey.
Yo.
You've got a lot of prospects, right? Who are the 5 guys that you want to face?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Who are the 5 guys you want to face in the UFC right now?
5 guys. Well, I drew a map to the end. I got Till, I got Usman, I got GSP, and I got Khabib. Boom, bam, thank you,
Not
man.
gonna happen, mate. You're gonna retire after Till, mate.
LOL.
You're gonna retire after Till. You're
How?
dead, mate.
He sucks.
You're dead.
He
You're
sucks.
dead,
Give me a break.
Next question, please.
All right, so Ben.
Why can't Darren Till come back out here? That was so much fun. What? Give him a damn microphone.
Ben, who would you rather fight, Darren Till or Dana White?
Well, in all fairness, I don't like unfair fights. So fighting Dana, that's fairly unfair. So we'll stick with Till.
Thank you. Next question, please, sir.
Hey, Ben, could you boom roast me, please?
Boom roast.
Boom roast me.
It's hard to boom roast people you don't know. You know
Just
that?
whatever comes to mind. I've
I'd
got a
say
big
McLovin.
nose. Can roast that.
Your nose isn't as big as Ariel Hawani's, though.
All right, then. Good luck.
I got
with your
nothing
UFC
for you.
career.
Sorry.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Ben, you saw what the Nigerian Nightmare done to Woodley, so how do you beat someone like that?
It's easy. I'm going to out-wrestle him. He's not a very good striker, and if you look at a wrestling background, mine's far superior. I'm going to out-wrestle him. It's that simple.
Second question, do you really think Dana White hates you?
I would go we'll go 70% yes, 30% no.
Cheers.
Thank you. Next question, please,
I like
sir.
these guys up here. They've been drinking some beers. They're rowdy. I like them.
Next question, sir.
Ben, hello from Azerbaijan. I'm sure you fought against one of our guys back in your one championship days, Bakhtiar Abbasov. I have a lot of respect for you guys, wrestlers. So I've got 2 questions. Who do you think would win the fight between Brock Lesnar and DC? And the second question is, if you do fight against Khabib Nurmagomedov, what do you think the result will be?
Well, I think DC beats up Brock pretty easy. I think Brock doesn't really have a way to take him down. Daniel's a far superior wrestler, and obviously his striking's pretty good. And I think I take Khabib out by wrestling him. I kind of do to him what he does to everybody else.
Cool. Thank you. Next question, please.
Well, Ben, how's it going? It's the 21st century. Take off the bootcut jeans and flip-flops, you fat fuck.
Yeah. What did he call my jeans?
Also, Ben.
Bootcut.
What does that mean?
Also, Ben.
Wider at the bottom.
Ben.
I haven't bought a pair of jeans in a decade. I don't know what you're talking about.
One thing that you guys can't see from up there, he's got a smiley face tattooed on the top of his foot. He's wearing flip-flops so you guys can see the tattoo. That's what that's all about.
Ben. You look like a beanbag with arms and legs. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, buddy, you're not supposed to say, go fuck yourself. You're supposed to say, boom, roasted. You got it. You got it.
I'm not sure where the question...
with arms and legs?
I'm not sure where the question mark was in that sentence, to be honest. But...
Put him back on the mic. Everyone loves him. You got another one or not?
I'm back, baby. Pay me my worth. Pay me my worth.
Go sit
You've got
down.
it in your hand, my friend. You're drinking it. Next question. Next question.
Yeah, this one's for Ben. Ben, welcome to London, you curly-headed fuck. Secondly, your previous one fighting championship was out in Asia. Now you're over in sort of the Western world. What are the sort of cultural differences you find? Obviously, we've got a rowdy crowd in London. How do you find it out in Asia, now to the West?
It's got to be the insults, right?
Listen, this is the rowdiest crowd I've ever been in front of. I love it. It's fantastic. Especially the drunk dude with the Hilfiger shirt on. And he was ripping on my clothes. That's too funny. No, I love this crowd. I love, you know what? Asia was great. I love traveling. That was one of the reasons I came here. I've never seen London. I want to see London. It's been great. I love to travel. This crowd is especially rowdy. I love that even more. That's it.
All right, good. And just quickly, Dan, I know another lad said about he had troubles getting tickets. The only reason I was able to get a ticket is because Darren replied to a tweet of mine. It purely just said, fuck the touts. So loads of people came to me and said they got spare tickets. That's the only way I got tickets. I know the RFU, if you're familiar with rugby, they do it basically through local clubs. So why don't we do the same thing with local mixed martial arts clubs or the UFC or Bellator or one? They come into London, they reach out to local mixed martial arts communities and hand out tickets that way. That's the way the real fans get the tickets.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Cheers, Dan. Lovely to meet you on Wednesday night.
Thank you, mate. And you. And you. Next question, please, sir.
Two questions. Dan, firstly, how's the heart and you coming back anytime soon?
It's unstoppable. It just keeps going, just gung, 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 over and over again. It's never going to stop. I've got 2 lives. I would love to fight again, of course. You see me every weekend. I'm at a UFC, I'm at a Cage Warriors, I'm at a Polaris. I'm going constantly. If I find a window, I can drop right in and beat the shit out of somebody, then you guarantee I'll be there. Next question, please.
Sorry, last one. Ben,
Sure.
I don't agree with some of your statements on social media where you're saying Masvidal was shit, Till's shit. I don't agree with those, but...
I didn't use the word shit, but, you know.
Well, to that effect.
Fair enough.
But if you genuinely think what you're saying is legitimate, what does fighting any one of those two, or fighting the winner out of those two, what does that do for you?
Well, apparently other people
if you think they are legitimately shit.
Sure, that's a good question. That's my opinion. But a lot of people think he's good. That's why they got him ranked number 3. So I would like to prove those people wrong and myself correct.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Hey, Tommy Hilfiger shirt. Boom, roasted.
Next question, please, sir.
Does he really exist still? Tommy Hilfiger?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
You know nothing about that.
Go for it, my friend.
Is he British?
Hi.
Irish.
Yeah. Go for it.
Hi. So I just was wondering, who do you think is the 3 hardest fights in your division? That's a question to all 3 of you.
3 hardest fights in the division. Do you want to pick that one up, Joe, first?
Yep, I'll go with, obviously, the champion, Valentina, is the hardest because she's the champion right now. And then you've got the #1 contender, Jessica Ai, and my next opponent, Caitlin. So those are the top 3, I would say. And I'm lucky that I'm looking up at them and I'm coming for them.
How do you see that title fight between Shevchenko and I playing out?
So I have Valentina, definitely.
Yeah.
I just feel like she's going to overwhelm her in all areas. She's not just a striker, you know, she's top level striker, but she's also got the well-rounded ground. So I'm definitely going to go with Valentina.
Yeah, very cool. 3 toughest fights in the division.
Well, Tyron's the obvious. We're not going to fight each other. Number 2 be Robbie, and I'll say number 3 is Marty.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's easy, right?
Okay.
How about you?
How about me? 3
Yeah,
toughest fights in the division.
It doesn't have to be your division. It can be every division because honestly, you're currently not.
Oh
fighting,
man,
unfortunately.
I'll be honest. Light heavyweight at the moment is full of guys that would be an absolute nightmare to fight because they don't move in regular movement patterns. Someone like Thiago Santos who just comes flying at you. You know, you've got Johnny Walker goes flying through the air like a featherweight.
Yeah.
And then we've got Dominic Reyes on this card taking on Volkan Oezdemir. That's gonna be a real tough test for him. But you know, Reyes is another one of those guys. For me, light heavyweight at the moment is where it's at. It's the best this division's looked in a long time.
Got it. Cheers.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Benjamin, what's the story? Come here, do you have any fitness tips so I can get an impeccable physique like yours?
This whole crowd, when you say something like that, that's not a question. You just say, boom, roasted, and then you go sit your ass down. Say, do it.
You come here to me, you're the one wearing sandals on the stage. You can slag absolutely nobody, so get out of here.
I'm not sure. Next question, please.
Ben, you mean flip-flop wearing machine. Thank you for coming.
You got
I have
it.
one question. If you would fight a fighter from the past in his prime, who would it be? Oh, another question. Do you have somebody who you're looking out for? A young prospect who you think other people should look for?
No, I'm kind of looking for. I'd say GSP. You know, he's the best welterweight of all time. You know, I think my real prime in fighting started about 2012, so I was kind of always looking towards GSP. I never got to have that fight. Obviously, maybe if I win a few more fights, I can draw him out of retirement. You never know. And wait, what does England got against flip-flops? Is there like a cultural norm against them or something?
Because if you wear them too long here, you can't feel your toes.
I live in Wisconsin, that's colder. Listen, I'm gonna give you guys, if you guys start wearing flip-flops, you're gonna be much happier and not so angry and hostile towards me. Put some flip-flops on.
Sorry, and about the young prospect?
Yeah, young prospect. A young prospect you've got your eye on?
Do you got it for me?
Huh?
Give me a good answer.
I don't know. I don't have
I
one.
don't know.
I don't know. Who are you training with? You're at Syndicate now, right? Loads of prospects there.
I thought you were saying like in our division that we had to fight.
No. We'll come back to you though. What do you think?
We've got a few amateurs just coming up. I would like to mention Natan.
Go on then.
So yeah, but obviously there's a lot of people on the UFC tomorrow, like that are coming up. So like the guy that Dominic.
Yes, Dominic Reyes.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's like up and coming. So
Absolutely.
definitely
10-0.
Yeah.
Very cool. What about yourself, man? Any prospects
So
in
I'll
your
go,
gym?
yeah. I didn't understand the question, my bad. I'll go with, we have this kid named Jordan Newman. He's making his pro debut on Bellator March 23rd. Is Darren Till back? Oh. DJ Mikey B in the house. Yeah, buddy. They like him.
Next question, please.
Yeah, hey, Joanna, you look amazing. It looks like you hit the gym. You have the sweetest voice I've ever heard. What the fuck happened to you, Ben? How's your training regimen? What the fuck do you do, dude?
That's when you say boom roaster. Go sit down.
Fuck
That's
you,
good.
man. Answer that. How do you train?
What do you mean?
Do you lift any weights? What the fuck? You look like you got off the couch. How the fuck?
Isn't it amazing that I can look like this and still be a world-class athlete? That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay, take the rematch against Robbie again then.
I might. You never know.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah. Now go.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Ben, if you fight Darren Till, will he be the hardest test of your career?
No, he's easy.
What round do you think he'd knock you out in? Boom, roasted.
That was good, good. Good stuff.
Nice. Next question, please.
I've got a question for both, if that's all right.
Sure.
First for Funky. I know apart from obviously playing disc golf in your flip-flops, what interests you more? Kobe in a wrestling match or Dylan Dennis in a jiu-jitsu match?
Who in a wrestling match?
Kobe.
Kobe.
Well, Colby would be an easy wrestling match. I mean, he's just not that good at wrestling. It comes down to it.
Yeah.
I haven't done a competitive jiu-jitsu match in like a decade or something, so I guess that would be slightly more interesting. But you know, I'm focused on one thing right now, and that's fighting. That's it. He's good. That was good. Boom, roasted.
Hey, Black's gonna ask one more question.
Yes, sure.
That's a Goonies reference.
I was going to ask one question for Jojo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jojo. So I know you've looked great since going up to flyweight and changing camps, but what would interest you more? Would it be fighting Valentina or would it be a rematch with Rose? If possible, of course.
Good question, but I don't think Rose is going to come up to flyweight, and I really don't think I'm going to go back to strawweight, unfortunately. But yeah, I would definitely like to do a rematch with Rose. Obviously, no one likes to have a loss in their record and not being able to go back there and retest themselves, so that would be good. But like I say, I don't think she's going to come up to flyweight, and I don't think I'm going to make strawweight anytime soon.
Fair play, fair play. Sweet Caroline.
Da, da, da. Thank you, my friend. I've got 2 more questions, then we've got to get off the stage for the weigh-ins. I've got one here, and then I'll come to you afterwards. What's your question, my friend?
Ben, in the Robbie Lawler fight, you kept getting smashed in the face. You want to fight Darren
I bet
Till.
this crowd loved that, didn't they?
You want to fight Darren Till, you get smashed in the face again. How long do you reckon your UFC career can last if you keep getting smashed in the face?
Boom, roasted.
Next question. Next question.
Yo, you're right, guys. I've got a question for Jojo. If you beat Caitlin, do you think you'll be next in line for the title shots, especially after Jessica just beat her?
Yep, for sure. I spoke to Dana a few weeks ago, and I'm even going to be ready to take the championship fight there because it's on Chicago as well. So I'm just going to be ready for 5 rounds. You know, this sport is crazy and injuries happen all the time. So I'm going to be prepared to jump in there at that chance. But if not, I'll win, and then I'll be going on to that.
Yeah, bring that belt to Scotland. Bring it back home.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's do
Thank you. Last question. One more question, then we're wrapping. Sorry, guys.
I've got one for each of you. Is that all right? I'll
Fire away.
So, Hardy, firstly for you, who would be your ideal out-of-retirement fight? If you could come back and fight anyone in your division, and with ranking, obviously excluding title fights, where do you feel would fit, and where do you feel would be the best for you?
I think the fight that makes most sense is Brock Lesnar. Yeah, Brock Lesnar. That's my pick. Brock Lesnar. Now.
Lesnar.
Thank you. Next questions. Fire away.
All right, Jojo, what do you think with the Sergio Eubanks situation that happened last year? Do you think like it should have happened sooner, like with her being stripped, or do you feel that an interim fight should have been interim belt should have been set on the line, or anything like that?
Repeat that again. Just summarize it for us.
So with Sergio Eubanks, I can't pronounce her name properly. Do you think that she should have been stripped earlier with missing weight, or do you feel that there should be an interim belt on the line?
Yep, for sure. One of our jobs is to make weight, and especially when you're champion, you want to do your job properly, and yeah, definitely should have been stripped earlier.
Right, and lastly, Ben Askren, have you had your 30 minutes with Dana yet? 30 minutes with Dana.
No, you know what? I just texted him today, so we're gonna have a sit down at some point.
Right.
So
I'm English, and I'm a Ben Askren fan. Please don't kill me.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
Hey,
thank
give
you guys.
Tommy Hilfiger another
Hilfiger, go on one
question.
more time. Hilfiger, what you got to tell us?
You better have something good.
Just like Herb Dean gave you a second chance against Robbie Lawler, I'm going to give you a second chance against me. Boom, roast me.
I already did.
Boom, roast me.
Oh, okay, let me see. When I hear
Tick-tock,
that there's a
tick-tock,
lot of
tick-tock.
English inbreeding, all I have to do is look at you.
Warriors, baby.
Boom, roasted.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our guest fighters, Ben Askren and Joanne Calderwood. We'll be back in a few minutes with the weigh-in. Stay put. We'll be with you soon.